Today we need to get into a kissing scene that was found in V's music video of like two people, and that went trending. We need to get into rumors of a kissing scene in the music video with V and the main actress, and then we have a hacker hacking BTS and what happened there. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Hate it or not, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Make sure you join us fangirling on Patreon, and let's go. First thing we need to talk about is super interesting. Apparently there was a hacker that hacked BTS's website and products, and before we get into exactly what happened with this, I do need to give some backstory on what is going on. So there's two pieces of information that everyone needs to know if they don't already know, or if they're new to the community, then this is something that they need to know. If you do know them, bear with me. So BTS members worked with the app Line to create BT21. This is a character that not a lot of people know is associated with BTS. They think that it's its own thing, and it's a bunch of characters and cartoons that have a life of their own. They each have their own store and various other things that you can go and visit and buy. Now, apparently on the website recently, it was announced that BT21 will be doing NFTs. People were very shocked about this because people were wondering why now that NFTs have sort of died down a little bit and haven't really been as big as they once were. Not too long ago, when Hybe was trying to push NFTs, ARM actually went into the back office and said that he actually doesn't really want BTS to be associated with NFTs, and he even prepared a full PowerPoint presentation to show the investors and the executives there to show why it's actually not a good idea. And a lot of people were agreeing with this sentiment that it's not a good idea because NFTs kind of ruin the environment and there's a lot of bad things associated with it. And so when BTS members decided that they were not going to do this, it was their way of staying true to their brand because they've been such huge advocates for the environment. It would be very odd and very contradictory and hypocritical for them to choose to do this just because it's trendy and it's making money, and good thing they didn't do it. Because we've seen NFTs literally die down and no one really talks about it or cares about it anymore. So it would have sucked if the company did end up going that direction, putting all their money into that, and then the customers putting all their money into that only for it to not really even be a thing now. Now, over on the BT21 Twitter account, there was a post that came out where it was saying that due to the collaboration, BTS and this app were going to be doing NFTs. This was very shocking to everyone, and naturally the community got very angry because RM does all this work to stop NFTs just so another company can go behind BTS's back while they're in the military to go and do something like this. Now, it wasn't long after this post was made did the company come out and issue a statement to say that they were hacked and they actually never intended to do this at all, and this could be seen as a sort of cover-up. Like, they realized this was a bad move, this is going to make them look really, really bad, and everyone's really angry. Let's back out of it now and say that we're hacked. However, there was a link in the post, which I urge everyone to not visit, that brought people to a different website, and seemingly that website probably had nothing to do with anything BTS or the app endorses, and it was a scam. There's a lot of scams that are happening lately, and it's quite scary how it almost seems to be happening at once. I mean, within just the last few months, I've seen so many people genuinely get hacked and so many websites that have been going down. So for all this to happen and then an app gets hacked, I actually believe that could happen. No one is really doing NFTs now. So for an app that is a technology company and one that keeps up with the trends, to be jumping on a trend this late, it has to be that this is not what they're doing. This is just a hacker that came in. So this was definitely a big deal, and a lot of people were trending this. Other things that were trending on Twitter was a moment that was leaked during a teaser for V's new music video. If you're unaware, V has a new song that's coming out. He dropped 2 teasers for it, and the second teaser he just dropped now. And in that second teaser, there is a scene that people have been screenshotting because it's quite jarring. It's very attention-grabbing, and it's a scene where we see V on the ground, his head is bleeding, and it seems like someone ran him over. Now, there's some theories as to what this means, and if this is someone who did this on purpose to kill V in the story, or if this was an accident and people think it's on purpose, because in the scene in the car, there's apparently someone's legs swinging on the car. That means they killed V and then sat on the car, and then they seemed quite happy about it. And then right at the corner of the scene, there was something that ended up going super viral. People were trying to figure out why in the corner of that scene it appeared like 2 people were making out and kissing, and this screenshot in the corner of that moment was trending all over social media. So people were wondering what this is about, and it's kind of a crazy scene, right? Like you see someone potentially swinging their feet on the front of a car, and then in the corner you see two people making out over a deceased guy that is bleeding on the floor. But many people had many theories to this, one of them being maybe V is dead throughout the entire music video and he is just haunting his friends. And of course, leave it to BTS members to make a music video that has a much darker meaning than what it was initially believed to be about. Because there's many ways to do Friends ending, if that is what the song was meant to be about, but they're choosing to go a way where it's like someone actually died, which is very interesting. I think people are also very shocked when they see a K-pop idol's music video and see things like kissing in there, because this is very much a Western thing. This is not something that a lot of Korean music videos do, and the reason why is because they don't want to associate a K-pop star with things like kissing or making out or anything like that. So that being its own thing, of course people were already going to be upset that this was even in the music video. So there were a lot of people talking about this and a lot of theories going around, and mostly people who were just either confused or angry, and that's a weird combination to have. We need to realize that the boys have grown up and they're able to do concepts that are a bit more grown up. And it's interesting when you have members, for example, like Jungkook, who talk about things like sex or whatever to be ridiculed for that thing. Like seeing comments directed at Jungkook saying, well, if you like to sing about sex so much, sing about this or do this. It's like, what do you mean? If you like to sing about sex so much, that's just the thing that singers do all the time. It doesn't mean that they enjoy singing about that all the time. Other moments that have come out from the music video, I've also seen a lot of backlash. So V recently dropped some photos where we are seeing him with a girl. The girl's an actress, her name is Ruby Sear. I don't know how responsible it is for me to give her name. However, she is an actress and she is known within that community, so she is a public figure, and so I'm just going to say her name. In the photos, it appeared like V and her are in a relationship together. That's the whole point. Now, are these photos from the music video, and is Ruby in the music video? I have no idea. These photos could literally be teasers for like the next music video or the next song, and he's just kind of like releasing it now to kind of hype it while there's hype going on for this song. Does that make sense? Because I don't know how it would make sense, and maybe it could, right? He could have like a love interest for the beginning few seconds and then that love interest kills him. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Now, as you expected from this, there's going to be a lot of backlash when it's V next to a woman. Nonetheless, a very, very beautiful woman. So there's a lot of threats going on in her life that were being reported on, as well as being dug up by the fans. This is where it's absolutely crazy, and a line needs to be drawn, because when someone appears in a music video, does it automatically call for their entire life to be dug up? I don't think so. People allegedly went on her Instagram and left horrible, horrible comments, to the point where it seems like she has now disabled the comment section on her Instagram, and I don't really understand another reason to do this other than it being because she's getting backlash. However, she could be doing it for another reason, and I don't know because I wasn't able to see the comment section before it was turned off. People even then went ahead and dug up her boyfriend, which is even more crazy because that is also no one's business. Of course, many were scared over the fact that you can see V acting romantic with Ruby in the photos, and so people were scared of things like a kissing scene or whatever. And likely people were sending her threats and attacking her over the possibility of anything romantic happening in the music video. If you can't even stand to see your favorite idol in a music video acting and being romantic with another person, then there needs to be something going on here. There needs to be some psychological evaluation, because the person you are seeing on screen, you don't know personally. You cannot feel anything other than happiness or entertainment when you're looking at two people kissing on screen that you don't know personally. Like, how are you going to feel jealous? Jealous of what? You never knew this person. They were not going to ever kiss you. Also, as of right now, we don't even know if there's going to be a kissing scene. That is all speculation, and quite honestly, I'm sure if there was a kissing scene, V and the label would know how much backlash it would cause and would probably opt to not do that. So people need to stop asking for things to be deleted, stop protesting, and especially over things that haven't been confirmed yet. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thank you. This is a little bit comment right here. Mwah. Love you. Bye.